And our health specialist, Leah Sarich, joining us here at the desk. Now, a stroke can happen at any age, even before a baby is born. And in fact, a stroke occurs in 1 in every 1,000 births here in Alberta. That is surprising, but there's some new research with some really impressive technology at the University of Calgary. Just got a big boost as well, and should help these kids in the future. So this is incredible. You were telling us about it at the meeting yesterday.
It's so exciting, right? Like, I talk about cutting edge research all the time on this show, but this stuff is seriously cool. So let's think of these families though. So that's 1,000 families just here in Alberta who have a child living with the effects of a fetal or newborn stroke. So most of these kids have cerebral palsy and other neurological and function problems. But the federal government just gave Dr. Adam Curtin and his team $2.8 million. So this is huge for the perinatal stroke program, and he's doing some very cool cutting edge stuff using this advanced technology. So let's get a look at some of this. So you want to have a look at this, and we talked to a little guy. His name is Brett, and he was born, when he was born he had a stroke, and you can see here he can't really use the left side of his body very well, and he's been helping Dr. Curtin with his research. And this little red car you see right there that's moving around, Brett's actually moving that little car with his brain using mind control, and you can see his eyebrows moving there. So using the mind control, he moves the car forward, and using muscle control when he's lifting his eyebrows there to move the car backward. So it's this kind of technology that could one day help kids interact with the world a little bit better and improve their function.
These children have a lot of disabilities. It's a form of cerebral palsy. And the more we can understand how their brains adjust and adapt and develop after an injury, gives us some new ideas about how we might help them function better. So we use advanced technologies like brain stimulation and MRI scans to map their brains, understand what their brain did naturally, and how well or not that's given them function.
So you can see here too, Dr. Curtin is also mapping the brain. He mentioned that in the clip. And what you're seeing is that every child's brain is a little different. So by mapping the brain, they can then stimulate the brain in a targeted way. So each kid will get their own kind of stimulation. So this is non-invasive brain and stimulation. It's either magnetic or electric. And it helps the brain learn better. It doesn't hurt. And they can sort of know exactly where to, for example, use the stimulation, for example, to make Brett's arm jump. They just make his arm jump, just like that, using this brain stimulation. So really, the idea is to combine this new technology with sort of traditional therapies, like physiotherapy. And the idea is to enhance that traditional therapy, like physiotherapy, to help the brain learn better and make those physiotherapy treatments more successful for the child. And what's really exciting is that it's working. It's actually working. So Dr. Curtin has done 2 clinical trials already. He's put through 75 kids, and they've seen real results. So real measurable results and improvements in the children's function. And for some kids with really severe disability, you know, this is not going to be a cure. Maybe that left arm is never going to move again. But what some of this technology could do is help these kids still interact with the world better. So maybe help them use a computer a little bit better, or maybe help them maneuver their wheelchair a little bit better. So there's so many implications for this technology, and it's really exciting. And the bottom line is it's giving kids like Brett real hope for the future.
I can imagine how much it would impact my life, because it would make it so much easier. Like, I could be like a normal person again if it's successful.
Isn't that neat? So he's really excited to help Dr. Curtin with the research, and there's that brain stimulation happening again. I talked about it. I said, does this hurt? Can you feel it? He's like, I can feel it, but it doesn't hurt at all. It's kind of cool. He thinks it's neat. So what this funding will do is it will last for about 7 years, which means that Dr. Curtin and his team can then sort of focus on the ideas and moving the research forward. They don't have to step away from the research and the ideas to apply for funding. So this is going to last for 7 years, and that means that they're going to focus on the future for these kids, not where their next dollars are coming from.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, it's super
incredible
exciting.
Work being done right here at home. More information on your blog.
On my
as
blog,
always.
you bet.
Okay, breakfasttelevision.ca.